It should be a good time. I know Lacoste was like, there will be a Leshrac in this series when those look at this Navi, and there will be a Leshrac in the final series because King is back to mid. And look who it is. It's the King. He's mid, and he's got Leshrac. So look, Lacoste knew all along. And yeah, I've been watching a lot of Leshrac lately because I've also been watching a lot of Chinese games where they tend to pick up the Aghanims a lot. Thanks, Ziori. Jeez, this guy infiltrates our broadcast, and they're like, oh god, no, not him. Quick, unpause, hurry.
That's the secret to unpausing, though. You get the panel to hop back on for a second, and then the teams are like, all right, we're unpausing. We're going.
That actually does have 100% success rate on land. That's guaranteed.
I remember there was one time at it was like a DAC or something, and then we were paused, and they just came back to the shot of us on the desk or something, and then I saw somebody from IG just like leave the booth, and I was like, well, I guess we're here for a while. It's the most awkward thing ever. But we don't have cameras. We're actually just sitting here, no shirt on, full on ready to go. It's perfect time to watch some Dota.
Yes, it was nice to finally strip down after being on the camera earlier. Feeling a lot better now, more free. I do my best casting like this at home.
Definitely. So seeing already movement up towards the top side of the map. No one's going to be playing on the Tidehunter, most likely with Zayats as well. And Soul is hanging out in the area. Massive amounts of pings. How much pressure can they put on this Lifestealer?
Well, they're hoping for... Well, first off, this is the first blood play, right? You hope that the Ange comes down on the river, then she gets gushed, and they seem to be quite aware. Skiter just cuts the tree.
That's great.
I don't know. That decay is just like a dignity decay or something. It's like, aha! I got you, my trap.
Yes.
The battle begins.
How much pressure on Lifestealer, though? I mean... Lina can definitely get annoying by like level 3, right? If you go like 1-1-1 and you're just like keeping up these right clicks and just harassing down. But yeah, in the end, it is Lifestealer, so I wouldn't be too hopeful for anything too crazy, especially if the Eng plans on staying around a little bit, because we all know that those creeps are rather obnoxious at the start of the game.
Incredibly hard to deal with. They're already sort of getting in a position where he's body blocking camp. I guess that's just to make sure he can see if there's any wards in the area blocking it. And wisely, 4-4 did not opt to block out the camps, instead just getting a little bit of vision where the pull is going to come through. That's going to be perfectly fine. Down bottom also sort of a similar story going on as Milan just kicks that little boulder through onto Solo.
Yeah, and they have the Earth Spirit with the Courier Ward, so not the easiest hero to get the snipes, but maybe 3-3 can get like a little wrap behind with the range and try and punish these Couriers. Oh, this is good positioning for 3-3. He might get this one. Oh, nice micro here. Oh, that's just auto micro because it's going towards Solo. Well, that's going to save him.
Perfect. That's what you love to see. Yeah, it looks like they won't actually be able to go over and get it. He drew a little bit of aggro there with his Viper, and that messed up the potential for a Courier Snipe. And Solo, just being a bit of a bully, playing the Undying role. Look how much damage he does. This is devastating with the boots early on here.
Yeah, boots over the Orb of Venom, right? Kind of interesting.
Plus side, of course, of all those decays, an easy salve up, back up to full HP 433. Doesn't have much HP mana though.
He instantly buys with a mango. So I think it was Hap who I was talking about this boat. He described it as the you buy a mango to subtract that much net worth from your opponent. So from like whatever the core is in that lane, that mango is subtracting that much gold from them by stacking more decays, which is pretty accurate, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I am gonna force you off this wave. So help me God.
It's like devastating. It's so frustrating to play against there, and this whole time it's encouraging and enabling a free lane for Ramses. So very good stuff, and they can't really do anything on Milan besides possibly like pulling the wave back. That's the other route that we've sometimes seen position 4 do to deal with this. But regardless, for now, looking like a pretty good time. In mid lane, you're gonna see Leshrac having a pretty even matchup against the Snapfire, at least for now. Maybe some kill potential later if somebody oversteps their bounds, but so now opting to go for the 2 in Lightning. No points in Edict yet.
Yeah, I like this potential Soul Ring as well from Barania. I feel like I never see that item on the mid Soul Ring, at least, or the mid Snapfire rather. Usually we just see like the Bracer into the Eggs and then back to the bots. But it probably would increase your farm speed by a lot because you do tend to have mana problems when you just go for like the bottle and the Bracer.
Right. Yeah, could run into some issues there. And also, you know, just extra little bits of strength is definitely nice for this hero. So if you're getting that strength, why not also get some mana regen out of it?
It is a really good Ags game, though. I mean, you always pick the mid Snapfire for the Aghanims, but then like closing the draft out with the Earth Spirit just felt really good, right? You send this hero in, he's crazy good when he gets sent in. Then there's a possibility of them being infested, and then sometimes you might just want to send in the Viper. Like Blink Viper has been a good hero in the past, even though. Like, it kind of sucks because you aren't getting any stats, but it used to be so good just because of the pure positioning that it offered you and just be like, okay, now deal with me, right? Whereas sometimes it can be hard to get into that spot as the Viper. So, you know, sometimes you might just see 3P fly in there if he gets a little bit of meat on his bones.
Right. That would be a nice way to see it. I wouldn't mind it. You know, maybe get a Blade Mill or something like that on the Viper. We should mention real quickly, by the way, Tide having a really good game so far against Skiter. The Lifestealer's caught up a little bit, but 26-5 versus 19-0, and they're still putting pressure back on Fata here, who's going to take a couple more punches along the line. Now Zayats might just be able to find first blood. Fairy Fire one round through.
They're trying to bait it real hard.
This is big if they could get the kill on the Zayats. Instead, the turnaround comes out, and he's going to die to Fata. Great play.
That was really impressive, too, because as you point out, the ward was there the whole time as well.
The lucky charm of Dota. That's what's going on here. I love it. Well, 33 going to drop down there, bottom, and Ramses ends up dying for the trouble as well.
Yeah, so he gets the kill first on 3-3, though, so nice.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, in the mid lane, though, whoa.
That's much bigger. Oh my god. Sumail is Sumail. That's what I've learned.
Wow, we just had like simultaneous kills happening, I guess, huh? He just got him with the lightning and the stomp and the chase down. I guess he was getting too greedy, sticking around at low HP. Sumail was like full when I looked.
Yeah. No, same. And Snapfire in the meantime buys a raindrop. Still hasn't been able to go in for the Soul Ring yet, has the boots. If there's a reason everybody's buying bracers, I don't know.
Now everyone's just ditching top and just turning into a 1v1. And they're probably going to try and half guard the mid lane and also maybe try and gank the Lesh. So expecting a lot of our attention to just be down in this area of the map now, right? Like top is just whatever.
Right. Yeah, it's training on farm. Maybe a chance for a kill when no one gets level 6 if Skitter's playing a little bit greedy like we saw before, but a little bit of a roll in down bottom. Ramsey's able to sidestep that one.
You know what's nuts is he was only like 200 away from his meteor hammer. Like imagine if he had a head this like when the catapult was coming through. I guess maybe it wouldn't have mattered here because it's a little bit low anyway, but this hammer is not far away for no one.
No. He is very, very farmed. Top CS in the game right now. It does look like there's a little bit of a rotation towards mid right now. All this sort of back and forth is going on up in the top lanes. Not sure what the goal is outside of just it looks like stealing this little stack that was built up, but trying to make a rotation on Sumail and it's not going to connect.
Yeah, it's the classic, their mid killed our mid, and we have an Earth Spirit, so you always want to be targeting the mid lane anyway, but you're always looking for that straight punish after. But with this DD, this is going to be a surprising amount of tower pressure with no glyph available.
And in the meantime, Sumail is heading up north. Again, this is a Lightning Storm Sumail build, but they do have level 6 up on the Tide Hunter.
They dropped Tombstone mid as well.
Undying, just trying to keep a hold of this one. They're going to be able to kill it off, but he does have a Soul Rip for the moment. But you can see that there isn't really anything to be done before. Up top, though, they're going to go for the stun, try to find the follow-up with the Split Earth, and is it enough? It is enough for the kill. So they take down Zayats, but Skitter dies top.
And at the same time, we had the Lina just gone on from the Nether Toxin. Just got walked on and trapped by 3P by the looks of it. A TP came through from Bornea, but it wasn't even needed. Now mid the roll, too.
Oh, that was the wrong way. Milan's like, get out of here.
Yeah. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Well, it happens to the best of us.
But yeah, so they take the tower without even needing the hammer. The hammer of the Leshrac.
Wow. He only had the 1 point edict going up there and manages to make it happen. Just left his tower completely alone though, and this is kind of nice for Mud Golems at the very least. We'll see if they can actually secure it though. It doesn't look like it. They're bringing numbers. I almost said on VP. That's just side stack. All
right, now can they? I think they can just hold this. I think no one just lives mid now, right? With this meteor hammer. Oh my god, he actually got the drop down still.
That was amazing. Silence is out, has some survivability, but taking a lot of damage. Soul Rip not enough, as they will lose no one. Zayat now also in trouble. All the right clicks coming through. He goes down. Great play from Mud Golems.
Yeah, Fada brought in the Centaur, which stomped up on Zayat, so Zayat couldn't get in range to LSA the Snapfire, so he couldn't stop the globs from coming out.
I think the thing that I'm seeing here that's really solid is like the power of Enchantress this early on. You know, 2 points up in Enchantress, making use of these creeps and playing at a super fast tempo. But that being said, 404 is still the ones that are up 1k right now.
Yeah, I think their goal just becomes mid tower. There will always be a body mid. Someone just has to be here the entire time. Because they just want to hold this top triangle for the Leshrac and the Drow and as much of their jungle as they can. Or at least just, you know, make it harder for them to occupy it as Mud Golems. But that might be ending soon as 3-3 looks to keep this pressure down the bottom lane and no one really wanted to be here versus the roll-in of Milan as well as potential creeps coming through from Fada.
Yeah, this is that interesting little dynamic because you normally see this movement much earlier on, but as you said, with so many people going mid, they're able to get a lot of damage onto that tier 1 tower. So, you know, if I'm Mud Golems and they can take this bottom tier 1 tower and then pressure towards mid afterwards, maybe bait out a bad Ravage or something, I'm feeling pretty good about Mud Golems right now.
Yeah, the Ravage is probably going to get a few kills and we'll instantly see them come back mid, so it's important that they get one fight with Ravage and then maybe keep like Laguna or something if she's going to be 6 by then. So I feel like there'll just instantly be a second volley of heroes and they'll probably burn both Tombstone and Ravage on the first one.
That was really well played by Milan right there, breaking the smoke of Solo. They still might get caught by this. It's a little bit scary because they didn't break onto no one, but the back away and smoke is down. They're still running in, but they're not finding anybody. Sumail is there, looking for the chase down, Cookie's away, and that's enough room.
They got the wave, so I mean, this tower's gone. Leshrac, Meteor Hammer, Drow. I don't think they have the heroes to contest this. Level 1 Mortimer Kisses, this is going to be a tough fight.
This is a hard one, definitely. Sumail not going to get caught there. Milan kicks him away, able to dodge right from the splitter afterwards. Yes. They forced him away.
Yeah, he saved the tower.
Damn.
They didn't want to commit.
Okay.
They still have Arcane Rune on Leshrac, so they're definitely not done here yet. Well, that's a good start. That's a very good start.
A chance, a chase, a catch. It's enough right there. Are they going to be able to hold this? I don't think so. They don't even have a glyph right now. Mud Golems just staring at a bunch of tanky-ass heroes. But they actually buy back on the Snapfire, and the tower still falls. That is not great. Wow.
What was the buyback? 526. Ugh. Oh man.
I don't know about that. He was back up again soon. That was dubious.
Was that a misclick? I guess he just really thought they could save mid because they didn't have Ravage or Tombstone.
Yeah.
And it would be amazing to hold that because now it just makes it so much harder to get that mid tower, right?
Right.
And now he's gonna be all angsty. Brandy's gonna be like, we need mid. We have to take mid because he's gonna feel like he made like kind of a bad play. At least that's how I get.
It's the classic.
Everyone knows that feeling.
I think that you can see that they are all going for mid, though. Everybody kind of feels like they need to get it. At the very least, they're going to be able to trade it out here. So Mud Golems claiming a tower. They were also able to get the bottom tier 1 tower. So it's kind of even right now. The main downside is that one buyback, obviously.
Yeah, not too bad. We'll take it. Still punish the lack of Ravage. Tombstone is back up now, though, so don't want to dive too deep, even if Ravage isn't there.
This ward doing a good job of scouting out that rotation down bottom, and they won't be able to find anybody with the Leshrac, or rather the Lifestealer inside of Milan. So heads up play there, able to dodge the gank that was coming through. Zayat will soak up the experience in this lane afterwards. As we're sort of just settling in again for, I guess, when no one wants to go with his next Ravage, probably.
Oh, nice Meteor Hammer timing.
This guy kills it.
Yeah, he's been practicing his offlane play, you can see.
Yeah. Fada, meanwhile, just going to run away up top.
They have Yules. Yeah, but he has the Centaur. He's doing the mad micro right now. So keep the Leshrac away. Come on, Sumail. Yules that Centaur.
Do it.
Totally worth for him to just walk over and enchant.
I think he's gonna... Wow, he's actually just gonna fully commit to killing him? No, okay. He's just farming.
Oh my god, he ran right into that dive.
Yo, what are you doing, Fada?
We're watching a Centaur die, and he's just doing laps up here.
All right, well played there by no one to cut him off there at the pass. But yeah, it's kind of feeling a little bit like the slowdown is happening for Mud Golems. Just trying to farm up, I guess, into Lifestealer's next item, most likely, but he already has Armlet. I don't know.
I think the game from 404 is a little bit different than your standard Drow draft too, though, because they don't really have a good like Roche friend. You know, no one takes it like particularly fast. I guess the best thing they have is just like Leshrac Drow damage, Tombstone to defend, and then Tide to just sit there. It's not going to be the fastest Roche, but is it really contestable is the question, and that would come down to the Aghanims from the Snapfire.
Right. Yeah, that's really the big question. Is up top though, this cannot afford to happen again. Skiter going down, and granted they did use Ravage for that, but you take that every day of the week.
Yeah, it's just way too good. Like, that's 100% worth the Ravages, because that's their main guy, right? You're trying to build into a pretty big item, that AC. Yeah. Just slowing it down.
Yeah, and no one in the meantime just going to TP away afterwards. So 4 heroes up on the top side of the map from Mud Golems, and all the space in the world right now gained by 404.
They need that BKB on the Earth Spirit to really give them that solid Aghanim's fire in to pair up with the Lifestealer, because like let's say they set in just the Earth Spirit or whatever with that Tide being there, it's so risky with the Ravages. I guess maybe you can hope they can get a really fast silence off or something. Maybe Milan will be able to, but Aghanim's on the Snapfire is extremely broken when you have vision. That's like its best feature, right?
Yeah.
It's basically 100 to 0 death when you see someone just like standing there farming a camp and you're able to send in a hero and then have the follow-up from the Mortimer Kisses. It's not many people can survive. So I'm expecting that they kind of want to wait around for that, or at least give that farm priority. So they're actually going to send Perenia behind them as they smoke ahead for the bounties.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, reiterating what you just said right there, it's good when you have a vision hero. It's much less good when you don't. And the only vision hero they really have in this game is Fada, when he's sending out his creeps sort of around the map randomly. Outside of that, there's kind of
look at these sentries too, like all through the bottom, through the mid, up by the rune as well, and he's actually buying more sentries on solo right now.
Well, they do find the Tidehunter, going to be able to have the break on top of him, but this ward's going to be taken out, as there is a sentry still there. So they take that one away immediately, and the wraparound coming from Sumail just finds him right at the start now, going to catch the stun onto the Earth Spirit. Mortimer's Kiss is coming in. Sumail might be in trouble. The net is going to land, but that heal coming through, it's so strong. He is eventually going to fall, but so too will Fada. And the trade right now, 2 for 1. You do take that, though. Sumail going down is big.
Yeah, man, I love Max Soul Rip. Speaking of the China games, you always see the Max of Tombstone there, like every time.
Right.
It's kind of nice to see the Max Soul Rip. It's tough though because he wasn't able to go for Arcanes, which can really help him. You can see he's already like clarity back up. But in those one burst fights, it's really good. Look how strong Solo feels. Too strong?
In there. Yeah, a bit too strong, maybe. He's super dead. Inside now, also gonna go, but the toss. Skiter finding the Drow. Ramsey starting to prep down barrel the ball. They kill him off in time. No one manages
stop the roll
to get the TP out. They will chase down no one here though, and with the kickback and a couple more punches, he's gonna fall. So a good fight from Mud Golems. Could have been better.
Yeah, no, nice save from Noah. I mean, they basically just traded Tide for Drow, so that's actually kind of still fine for the Golems. Great first use of the Aghanims, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, able to catch there at like the super deep range. And again, that's that ward that's up here, sort of scouting things out and getting vision of everybody. So impressive showing.
And a hero that particularly suffers against the Snapfire Aghanims, just getting rid of that Drow aura. Or like the marksmanship, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
I think now as well, there is at least going to be a Hurricane pick that's completed, I think, coming out. But as you said, like, you know, you get stunned and then there's a follow-up. You're just going to die to the Mortimer's Kisses regardless. Like, you need to sort of be able to maneuver beforehand. But maybe you can make some fancy moves there on Ramses. So, Trent, oftentimes these things come down to Roche. How's the Roche fight looking for you?
I would, well, now they have the Aghanims on Snapfire. partially because they didn't have that like fast way to roast like the starter or whatever with the Drow lineup. And again, that's typically something that we see a lot of. So my next question will be, what is the status of Lifestealer when the roast fight happens? Because he's probably going to be the guy who's sent in either via an infest into someone else or just like directly in by himself. So ideally, the dream is having the BKB on Milan for these roast fights. Then I just think these fights are so horrifically hard for 404, assuming they're not already like really far ahead. But again, I guess then we go back to vision. Like, do you know that they're in the pit? And judging by how slow 404 probably do the Roche, it's very likely Mud Golems are going to know about this. So I kind of expect 404 to maybe drag out this Roche and not really be in any big rush to try and take it. Because it just kind of seems like a dangerous way to throw the game.
Yeah. Maybe there's some maneuvering things you can do with split pushing, and considering you do have the bots on Lash, that's something that Sumail could try and do, because you do kind of need a couple of those different pieces of the fight.
Yeah, we might see those Zayats or the Fada feed. That's a classic lately. I swear, this strat is becoming very common, where you send both supports on the side lanes, and like whoever's the most vulnerable, this like big smoke happens and they're like dying, and they just try and live as long as possible while the rest of the team runs into the Roche pit.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely been picking up in these pro games. But for now, Roche is being passed by the Dire team.
Oh, and Skiter finds himself no one. They've got the break right afterwards. A whole heck of a lot of damage. And he is dead. What's the play now, though? Like, they can't really Roche. So they're just going to try and push that tower.
Yeah, I don't think they need to Roche. They're just kind of happy leaving it there as a potential plan for the Radiant right now. What do they need? They want the BKB timing on the Snapfire. They need like 2 more items on Lifestealer. Needs to finish this AC. Yeah, their game is kind of a little strange. I'm not sure what 3-3 does this match.
Ooh, wait a minute. Tossin, though, catches the stun onto Sumail yet again. If you can just keep winning fights like this is looking amazing right now for Mud Golems, as they will take down the Lesh yet again.
I'll get that tombstone too. 200 gold. Thank you very much.
Easy. Still chasing down Solo.
They still have Cookie into enchant here. Here it is.
Trying to
get him.
Chase. Cookie. Enchant. And TP away, but the Atos is there. And another quick and easy pickoff. And they're making it look simple.
Just in case. Ah, Snapfire Aghanims. You're so strong. I see you. I kill you. Also, I love the way that they stunned up Zayats and he just instantly pivoted onto the Leshrac. Like, you are not important, Lena. Do not be confused here.
It's a very true point. So, let's see. Where else are we going next? No one. He's trying to get towards that Blink Dagger.
Bottom tower.
The sort of vision game does feel like it's going to be one of the things that's going to decide this series, but I've been really surprised by how effective 3-3 has been. You know, we've seen Viper just be so useless recently. Like, almost every game that I watch is terrible, but he's killing it here.
Just hard to commit onto. Good spacing in the team fights. Has a nice front line too, between the Earth Spirit, the Lifestealer, the Ench creeps, and then just even like Snapfire can get a little bit, you know, right up in there as a nice tanky hero. So I feel like 3-3s is kind of skirting on the edges of the fight a little bit. Has an Essence Ring, just being a real nuisance.
Oh, and the scan is going to connect right now, just outside of the Roche pit.
Just chilling in here like...
What's happening? Scary. All right, Infest inside. They're hiding up on the low ground. Smoke up again. He's infested inside the Enchantress. The bait. The bait. Wait a minute, though. They find him on the backside of this. Tombstone down. Running into Ramsey's spot. Is still the Lifestealer inside. They're going to pop forwards. Gets us try and chase the jump to the low ground, but Ramsey's is about to die. He ends up falling now.
Snapple for the chase.
Gotta be careful.
Get that Leshrac.
Now coming. They got Sumail yet again, throwing Milan. The Ravage comes far too late. A Meteor Hammer is going to land, but I don't think this is going to be enough. They've already lost 2 of their core. Zayat's about to die.
Oh, nice.
One more hit, wasn't able to get out of there, but they'll take down Solo as well. So the final tally is going to be a 3-2, and things looking pretty freaking good for the Golems.
A blink TP from no one will be successful, but yeah, they have the right read on the situation that was 404, I think, because they know that they can't just like go into this Roche pit or it's not going to end well for them. So they're trying to find that big smoke and just not able to link into the kills that they really need. And once things start falling apart there, when the fight already starts out well before the gobble up, that's when you're in trouble. Because this spell also, besides being a great initiation tool, is the best chase down. Like, you just choose the target who you want as your +1 in this team fight, and they're gonna die.
So true. It's devastating. You can just get one of those heroes on top of them. You know, I'm noticing though, like, it keeps on feeling like Mud Golems are winning fight, but we're not seeing that like big change in net worth that usually comes around this point in the game. 404 is still keeping it relatively close. All their cores are really farmed, and you know, Zayat's had a pretty good game as well. Are you concerned at all that there's not more space being made?
Yeah, is this the once we win one team fight, do we just win the game sort of situation? You know, like, yeah, you guys are holding off and stuff, but we're still farming really well. Oh, speaking of which, geez, those guys got real slow down there walking in for 404.
No Ravage for no one though, and that means no fight. And in fact, it's going to be a fight going the other direction. They find him yet again, silenced, dead. The slow hit on the solo. Milan playing a really good Earth Spirit here. And I mean, just don't lose fights, I guess. That's the recipe.
Yeah, but look at their side lanes. Like, Lesh is down bottom. He's got his boots of travel. He's a real nuisance. He's pushing into the tower. Zayat is up top, cosplaying Trina Protector or Techies and playing exactly how he always plays these heroes. Hiding away and shoving lanes. So they will drum it up here by the sounds of it to power down this Roche.
Yeah, a little bit of little shredder usage at the start too, to get that minus armor there. So that was another nice answer. 3-3. Let's get TP down bottom with the Lifestealer inside, and it looks like the next screws are going to be put towards the bottom lane by Mud Golems. As Milan just rolls away from Sumail, they won't catch him. They can't find the fight they want on 404.
Yeah, but what is the end game here for Mud Golems, as you were kind of alluding to before this little skirmish broke out? Like, I mean, the next item is a BKB for Lifestealer. Does that feel like something that's really gonna, like, is that really a, like, oh, now we've got it? I mean, it does feel damn good. BKB on him as well as the Earth Spirit will be crazy good. So maybe that is the one where they truly just start taking all the objectives, so they go for this bounty mode.
They just keep killing them. I mean, granted, it is solo, but
kills are good. Oh, we got Blink.
Oh, no one! Little Twinkle Toes, man. Used to play mid. Now he's killing it. Off lane, able to escape. And meanwhile, back towards the mid lane, Ramses gets brought down super low.
Well, no one walked back into them.
Oh my god, what's happening? What is going on? No one's going to drop down also up on the top side of the map. So you said just walking back into them, and they take down 3.
I guess he thought that maybe they were going to start heading back the other way.
I guess, yeah.
They did not.
They're having a really good game right now. Mud Golems feel like they're firing on all cylinders.
That was completely 3-3 by the looks of it as well in the Drow. I didn't catch that as I was watching top, but I mean, he did like 90% of the damage. Just walking the Drow down to her death. Yeah. And now they're stuck waiting for a potential Lina eggs to maybe try and blow someone up, but Skiter's just going to be like way too far.
Yeah, he is having a great game. And actually, it's going back for the Sanjin Yasha now instead of the BKB, it looks like. So interesting.
Feels like this Aegis as well as a couple of these items have now given them that confidence to actually like commit to the Radiant side of the map and not just like take the fight and stall out for more farm and allow 404 to sort of farm their way back into it. Now territory is being lost. The double BKB just feels completely like unwinnable team fights for 404 right now unless they somehow manage to bring down these two heroes before the BKB. But Ravage will just do nothing here now, right?
Yeah. Solo
so
goes
now
down.
No one's useless.
Yeah, dude, that Meteor Hammer though, right? Like.
Hey, he hit some heroes.
I don't know. I mean, I guess there still is the possibility of catching them like off guard and doing a quick blink Ravage. Like if you can get it out in time, you know, there's always that possibility. But I get what you mean. It feels really tough for that to matter.
It's difficult because you're in this situation and both your Leshrac and your Drow also feel the need to buy BKBs, which they probably do need at this moment. But like, when is your next like chance of taking a good fight? Unless you just need kind of a little mini miracle, right? You need one of these big blow-ups to happen off of this Ravage.
Right.
But there's a reason he's a comeback hero.
Well, and the heroes like Drow right now, you know, got one maneuverability item and a Yasha. As Ramses might have an inkling that things are going wrong, they will jump in there. Milan has his BKB, gonna pop it. As the chase down comes through, they kill off the Drow here, and they aren't quite able to get their paws on the Lesh.
Yeah, they had net and the Atos. The Atos might have been on cooldown, but the net was there. I think that's why skiter jumped out.
Right.
He was trying to get that. Sumail's just out of there and up top again. Keep the push going, but there's a great ward here, spawning both Solo and Sumail. And they're going for it.
Oh my god.
He's running back for the Lifestealer for the gobble up.
They're trying to cut in there. Fada just brazen. I mean, he finds a tombstone. They're like, huh?
Nice.
This Enchantress just hanging out here, huh? Are they trying to set up for a play here? I don't know. This is weird.
Yeah, they were drawing lines. 3-3 knew. He drew lines on the map, just like, yeah, he's in this top left on the Lesh rack, but they didn't have scan, or he probably would have popped it.
Science just like light striker rain off to the side here. 3-3 runs it.
Hello.
What in the hell was that? I mean, I know they have the ward, but holy moly.
It's all he can do. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the state of this game.
Yeah.
And now Sumail doing his thing.
Chase down. He's also going to eventually drop. Gets killed. 8,000 gold lead right now. Mud Golems just absolutely slaying it here.
And you still have the 10-second BKB on the Snapfire as well.
Yeah.
No, not needed quite yet.
And I think that's one that, like, it feels way more important to sort of salvage than the Earth Spirits necessarily. Like, Earth Spirits definitely good, but it's like, all right, when I roll in, I want to make sure that I don't get just, like, blown up in that initiation. Get all your spells off type of thing for Milan.
Yeah, Snap is just backup because, like, the whole build, like, the reason... This is the build that every single Snapfire does. The Soul Ring's the only difference, but other than that, it's as Fada does get hammered down. Oh, please be enough damage. Give us meter hammer.
Chase?
Oh, yeah, he almost had the save.
Chance? BKB already used once. Gobble up. Hits there onto the Drow, and again will be found and killed. Silence now down, and Undying is mega dead. While no one trying to make his way out of there, the chase comes. The cookie not quite there in time, but they will be able to get the roll in. No dust. Oh wait, they do have dust. I missed it.
He just boots have traveled like 30 feet.
No one.
No one's back there. Yeah, the Snapfire though, like this whole Ags and then right back for the Boots of Travel and then the BKB, it just syncs up so perfectly with your levels going to these talents, right? Because now she's level 20, she almost has MKB and she's a little shredder. The Blink Meteor Hammer!
Okay. Well, they kill Scout. That's a huge kill. He just ends up going down, and now the roll in, trying to separate, gets the silence on all three of them. Or do you try to back away? Gobble up, tosses him really close. Scatterblast is almost enough damage to the cookie afterwards. 3-3 doing all he can, but they will, in the end, take them all down. Tidehunter eventually falls, but the big swing.
This all started because they lost their discipline and they went for that one save up in the Radiant Triangle onto Fada. That's where it all started going apart, right? Then some BKBs are getting used, and then they're chasing no one around in circles. They lose a little bit of discipline, and then suddenly there's an Agnum's Lena blasting your Lifestealer for 900 pure damage.
Not necessarily what you want to see happen if you are Mud Golems. Granted, still a 5,000 gold lead, still things looking pretty freaking good, I would say, for them, but you can't afford too many more of those.
No, it's all about now the BKBs at the next Roche fight.
Right.
That's our game at this point. And as well as the constant creep train, which I'm sure will continue towards that pit once the potential time is up in 30 seconds.
Right. Dead couriers in the pit also.
Yep. Little graveyard, yeah.
Dire's top tower is
These
under
tombstones
attack.
that just get like dropped randomly in lanes absolutely crack me up.
Yeah, Fada was, he's one for the efficiency. And again, it's this whole idea of like how they're still in this game is doing stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
Zayat's on the side, Sumail on the side. They certainly have that part of the patch down. And that's something that Liquid does really well too. Whenever they're in bad situations, they have a really good like rotation between their supports and cores, just doing little loops Back and forth up the lanes, keeping things pushed out. So you think the guy's gone, but then suddenly another one just pops out of the trees because he had TP'd up there like 30 seconds before. Got a nuisance.
By the way, don't look now. Solo is 1,000 gold away from an Aghanims.
What?
Which is kind of insane. They also have BKB on Drow. I don't know how much that changes the game, but it feels like it's kind of a lot.
Are scanning.
Fada's just sending creeps down lanes, and Solo's just sending tombstones down lanes, and we're getting a lot of gold.
Yeah.
That is very surprising. Glimmer and man, that is a farmed undying. I mean, I guess she's still bottom of the game, but it still feels really good.
Smoke on smoke, jump away. Don't want to deal with that tombstone. So they are going to back out right now on Mud Golems. No way to chase.
Oh man, why didn't you just buy a 4-staff?
On the Undying?
Yeah, isn't Ags like, I don't know. This feels very difficult to make use of. Between like the spacing that's in these team fights, the BKBs that are going to be out, the rage of the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Like the mana issues because you have Tranquils. I mean, it's kind of cool because it's like a big AoE nuke sort of, right?
Yeah, it is.
So that's mostly why he's going for it, I'm sure. But all I keep seeing is this Drow getting one Snapfire initiation and just dying.
Right. Well, as we see Solo also just die in the mid lane there. It does feel a little bit strange. I mean, the other argument that I guess you could make is that like they're going to be trying to focus down the Leshrac at the start of the fight, so that might allow you to get multiple stacks of decay off. And you know, if somebody loses 10 strikes suddenly, all that damage that's sort of just, you know, flat coming from Sumail does that much more.
Oh, boom. 3 strength heroes.
Yeah.
There goes all their damage.
Another move. Milan
Dyer's
finds himself
bottom tower is
a
under
nice
attack.
little Zayat off to the top side. Roll on through. Hello, Viper. Oh, my God.
Oh, big brain.
Oh, what a play. No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Kicked him back over again. But bottom lane. Man, get some extra damage there onto that tier 2 tower. Forces out the glyph.
It is roast time though.
My sisters.
No one must have this backstroke just keyed onto his right click or something, because it is a constant swimming spam here.
Auto clicker.
Radiant are scanning.
Some things are just too important to Dota. Scan does reveal that the Dire are roaching, but it is much faster now, and I don't see any rush. The Radiant get over here.
And Orneo, when he gets towards this level 25 talent, if it gets to that point, the 3 times little shredder multi-shot is horrifying.
Yeah. Oh, and he's going dateless because he doesn't need the MKB this game. Typically, I feel like you need it every game now, but
Right.
the only thing is what, the Drow evasion or whatever?
Milan finds himself another Sumail. Skiter moving over in the area as well. Yule Scepter lift up. They forego jumping on the tide and get instead the Lesh. Very big kill.
And he didn't go for the Gust Blind anyway. Sorry, not evasion, but the blind, so
Right.
don't have to worry about that.
Radiant's courier. has
Very
been
scary
killed.
stuff for sure, if they can get to that point. As a DD rune is spawning down bottom, they are ready to pick that one up on Mud Golems most likely, depending on where they want to go. But as you said, now having the Aegis back under hands for Lifestealer. I was kind of anticipating Abyssal, but he's actually got the Nullifier queued up. Kind of interesting.
Nullifier with the Ench too. All right. It's really good for all the 4-staffs, right? That's probably the biggest thing. Here I am talking about buying another 4-staff for Solo, but that would have been quite bad then if he then went Nullifier, because then they would be useless. So we'll take it. Zayas wants the refresher for 2 Aghanims Lagunas, and he's not far off.
Radiant's bottom tower.
That's got to be kind of close, right? 1650 for a Perseverance? Yeah. Oh, that's going to help.
On.
Piggy bank.
Radiant structures are
No,
fortified.
that one's the one that finds it first. That does mean Skiter can feel a little bit more comfortable. Still has that Aegis, but tier 3 tower will not fall. So losing Milan, they aren't able to get any extra damage done, even though Lesh is still dead. Just a little bit too far forward there by Milan.
I wish this Gust talent felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who can give it? I can't pass by 5 stats. I always take 5 stats. But I don't know, it's like a cool concept to like help out the Gust. Although the knockback these days is also pretty crazy.
True.
I feel like it goes way further than I expect every time.
Well, and I think the other thing is like just, you know, being able to take it off so easily too is kind of annoying.
100%. I mean, they just have like way too much stuff to deal with it.
Right.
Especially in this game, but
you can dare to dream.
I know. I'll try. I'll keep trying.
Yeah, it's interesting. This, even though this 8,000 gold lead, that question of how do you go high ground? How do you force the issue? There aren't really that many objectives that are there to try and pressure, and it still feels like 404 are comfortable moving out on the map a little bit here. By the way, Undying, Ag Scepter done.
We are.
Yeah, Ramsey says tough choice. Yeah, he does give it back. He had the sliver, but he got the ninja gear, so kind of neat. Especially with the way this game's going, this might give a little bit better opportunity for Ramses to also split push on the side lane some. As Sumail is now at 3,600 HP with this Bloodstone and Witless Shaco.
God, that item is so freaking good. I feel like it's super underrated how
Well, it's
much
funny
it does.
because like minus 400 mana is so bad for so many heroes that you look at Leshrac and it's like, yeah, all right, whatever. So I got another 2,000 mana.
No one, Meteor hammering his own tower, jumps inside of the creep and backs away. So another tier 1 tower, or tier 3 tower rather, 2 HP right now.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Just
fallen.
run in with the creep. I believe in you. Oh wait, they jump in, they find him. Broken. Oh, but he jumps outside of the break. No one's still going to die.
I mean, you can't really ravage at that point anywhere.
Yeah.
And so they kept their
Radiant's
BKBs
top tower
on
has
both
fallen.
Earth Spirit and Snapfire. So now you get this buyback on the Tide, and it doesn't even like punish anything.
Yeah.
But it is needed.
When you can see Sumail's just like out there farming, trying to get other items. Gets the Spropism, actually. Is that enough to let them fight? He's not TPing back in yet, so Lifestealer's still free to punch away at this tower. Rather barracks. Has the level 25 talent for himself. Jumps in, Ravage gonna land. Only connects on a 2, but that Snapfire dead immediately.
They have the refresher.
Pressure
Milan,
chase down,
you can try and
looking for
save.
more. Sumail in the meantime chase down others. Can they get it? A good silence on all of them, broken for forever. Lina trying to get out of there, but it's going to die. Both heroes dead, no buyback. Sumail still going after Warnia, trying to chase. Skiter is in the area, jumps inside for the save. Oh, great play there. From the Lifestealer, the turnaround, it's not quite going to be enough. Sumail is going to fall. They're going to take down Ramses to boot. Now, multiple buybacks coming out. Still 4 heroes left alive for Mud Golems.
And nearly able to keep Snap up too, but they're still in Aegis.
Yeah.
And they had to spend the cheese and still lose their Snap. But oh, well, speaking of that Aegis, close to going down here.
Trying to armlet toggle. Skiter able to get it off there, but he ends up dying randomly. Okay, now in a little bit of trouble. He has to rage when he comes immediately out of this one, trying to back away. Infest back up in 14 seconds. But the retreat from Mud Golems, it doesn't look like 404 are going to chase.
Who's missing all their strength? 30 from Earth Spirit and 10 from 3-3. Must have been 10 more from Snap.
Oh, wait. I thought they were going down bottom looking for Sumail.
Oh, they are.
Sumail gets caught out, Hex, in a ton of trouble. He TP'd over here for this one, and he just diebacks.
I'll get you.
Oh,
I mean, he's been playing like this the whole game, you know? And
Yeah.
kind of felt due to get punished. He's pinging, or at least no one's pinging there. I think no one thinks there might be a ward there based on how he was caught or something.
Oh, possibly. Or maybe he's like, that's where you should be. Who knows? Not sure. Could be
Still
anything.
need one more neutral item for the golems right now.
Yeah.
What do we need here? The leveler, just end this game. Minotaur Horn
Ooh.
seems pretty damn good.
Sounds amazing. Yeah, right now, 5 BKBs done for Mud Golems. Fada has his coming out also right now in the courier. That's crazy. They're just like, yeah, we're done. We don't need any more items.
Yeah, okay.
Just BKBs. Well, we'll have to see if this refresher Lina can maybe blow up one at the start. That does feel like it's been one of the things to really catch people off guard. You jump in with the Ravage, get double Laguna off. It's good stuff. And they have it again. Looking forward. Jump out almost.
Damage.
Oh, good Ravage. That's not quite enough. And then the heal comes out, saving again. Moria. BKB comes out. Now the turnaround. Look at the little shredder damage. Oh my god, completely demolished smashes him. Lifestealer with the save. What a play on Skiter, and tossing in the Earth Spear for one more hit. Pretty as can be from Mud Golems.
Yeah, really well played game here. It kind of tough, as you saw. They had to win fights over and over and over again without making